There was a lot of options for N. I can't say any of those words because they start with N. But you know, we got one. It looks good, I guess. Near dark. Good celebration for the channel. It's our first film directed by women. If you guys don't know, we love women. I love women. Oh boy, can't get enough of them. Why, of course, it's Catherine Bigelow, the ex-wife of James Cameron. She also made Point Break. She was the first woman to win the Best Picture award. Although not her. I guess the producers won it. Because technically the Best Picture award is for the producers, not for the directors. That's what Best Director's for. Which she's also the first woman to win Best Director. So she's pretty groundbreaking in those ways. You might be familiar with her films, Hurt Locker, 0 Dark 30, Point Break. But yeah, you know, she's a generic, strong-faced brunette woman who makes like crime war stuff, I guess. But you know, like most people in the film industry, her first solo directing job is a horror film, and a strange horror and western combo. It's more about the atmosphere than anything. Also, Letterboxd, if you're watching this, your synopsis says a Midwestern farm boy, except this is clearly Texas. But yeah, that's basically just what this film is. Some boring ass farm boy from Texas, not the Midwest. I don't even think there's farms in the Midwest that are like 90% desert. He meets some girl. He's trying to smash, but then there he's like, oh, okay. And you think he's gonna get close to smashing, but then it's like, oh shit, she a vamp. And then she's like, I'm gonna make you a vamp. Oh. And then they're like, all right, you're a vamp now. Now come and meet my vamp family, which I've been traveling around with. Oh, let's go on adventures for 90 minutes, more like 40. The two leads are Voring. Oh shit, I wrote Voring instead of boring. I guess vampires do vor people, kind of. What's the fetish for like drinking someone's blood instead of just swallowing them whole? Whatever that is, I don't know what that falls under for. If you're a vor enthusiast and you're watching this, please let me know. Does vor also include just drinking the blood of someone, or does it have to be exclusively following? I'm genuinely curious. So the strengths of these kind of 80s horror films lie in what really makes a good film. Usually, you know, there's exceptions, big ones, but if I just see something and I play it, I'm just like, alright, a couple things I'm hoping. Compelling characters, interesting stories, editing that doesn't make me feel like I'm going crazy, decent sound design, competent cinematography. You know, if a film has these 7 out of 10 times, I'll be like, yeah, alright, it's good. But you know, with these 80s horrors, you just gotta have like one cool character, a badass score, especially if you're an Italian horror film. Like 1 or 2 set pieces of like people getting mangled or whatever. You know, lots of gore. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. Those are usually just considered like great films rather than just good horror films. You don't gotta put that weird asterisk there to be like, this is good or horror film. You know, horror and kids movies have that where like, oh, don't make fun of it, or you know, don't be too hard on it. It's a kids film, it's a horror film. I don't know why those get past this. But any other film, if they had these kind of issues, would be kind of clamped on. This film kind of tries to have it both ways, where it is a cool vampire horror film western with awesome characters mainly, but it also like there's also like really good cinematography, nice kind of like moody dreamlike score, you know, so those kind of elevated past what you usually get. You know, I watch some of these like weird 80s horror films. I remember specific shots, but that's just because there was something cool going on. But our two leads are like some boring people who probably don't even act anymore, but the Vamp family is really, they're what carry it for me. By that I just mean the Lance Hendrickson vampire and the Bill Paxton one. Man, there's some cool motherfuckers and they have interesting backstories, and it's like, oh, and you know, I think that's why vampires are way more interesting to me than a lot of other like classic monsters. Obviously the modern Prometheus, I guess the Mummy is considered one, the Phantom of the Opera. See, like they're not even characters half the time. It's just the people around them that are more characters. You know, with vampires, you gotta have a little bit more depth to them. I said more depth instead of more depth. Instead of more depth. I guess they give like backstory and a good amount of character for the whole crew. But you know, I don't really remember much from like the lady who did Brownface in Aliens and a weird little kid. Which there's a very uncomfortable scene that I like to ask certain people what would be like the ethics behind it. I don't want to spoil it, but oh boy, I think it makes for an interesting conversation. I'm definitely gonna upload this question to a couple subreddits and see what the responses are. But yeah, you know, just watch it. Kind of watch the opening because it's pretty decent. Get up, grab some snacks, go to the bathroom, take like a 15-minute break. Stay for the scenes where Lance Hendrickson and Bill Paxton are explaining their backstory. I guess you can listen to the rest if you want. Leave, come back, watch the bar scene. Leave, come back, watch the motel scene, and then you can just stop the movie. Yeah.